Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Friday edition of Prime Sports with me, Owuraku Ampofo. Hope you had a wonderful day. We do start off from the Black Stars, where former head coach CK Akono has thrown his weight behind Owuraku to lead the senior national team to the FIFA World Cup in Qatar. Akono, who began the World Cup qualifiers back in September 2021 before he was sacked, believes the Dortmund talent coach would do a good job in Qatar.
Been quiet, sometimes talking too much is also not necessary, and you need to look back, the failures, the good and the bad, and of course about learning as well. I've been doing a lot of learning. I've been to Europe twice and back, and I'll continue to do it, to enhance myself in the business of the game, and so that's what I'm doing.
And we don't forget, Owuraku did mention that you were part of the qualification process. I mean, what's the feeling to have seen the team finally make it to the World Cup?
Owuraku is like a brother, When we decided that he should come to Ghana to play for him and Girada Samoa, it was me, Sami Kufuor and Anthony Bafo who, stormed in terms of talking and ideas, and we did it. Now I was the captain then, so he's been my brother or a brother since then. I've had a couple of times to talk briefly, and so I am happy for him. I came on board, it didn't work somehow, one way or the other, and so, but I'm Ghanaian, and I would love to see Ghana do well in the World Cup with a Ghanaian, and he's a Ghanaian, and I think I need to support him.
That's right. What would you suggest? What preparation plan would you suggest? What do we need to do from now till the World Cup to ensure that we're able to overcome these opponents, Uruguay, Portugal?
Look, we have a bunch of guys who have the brain behind, Didi Dramani, Boateng, and of course Chris Hughton and Owuraku. We don't need to worry too much. I think they will do a good job.
Well, let's come down in terms of the national team ranks and talk about the Black Satellites because they are the defending champions of the WAFU Zone B Championships, and they're in a very difficult situation because they must win when they meet Burkina Faso in their second group game. Now, after a defeat to Nigeria, a win on Sunday is completely non-negotiable. Here's a preview to the game by Joy Sports' Lawrence Beidou.
Quiet, sometimes talking too much is also not. Look back, the failures.
The Black Satellites of Ghana will return to action in the WAFU Zone B Under-20 Championship on Saturday against Burkina Faso in what could be a make-or-break game for them. Karim Zito's side lost their first game of the competition to Nigeria last weekend, suffering a 2-0 defeat in Niamey. Ghana came into the competition looking to defend the title they beat Burkina Faso 2 years ago to win, but defeat to Nigeria and Nigeria's 2-2 draw against Burkina Faso earlier this week means the Satellites have no option but to beat the Burkinabés to advance to the semi-final stage of the competition. Zito made a case of poor preparation as well as poor weather conditions in Niger for their defeat to Nigeria. But after getting used to the environment, Ghanaians who hope the Under-20 side can book a place in the Final Four. Ghana's game against Burkina Faso will be played on Saturday, May 14th at 5 p.m. Finalists for the WAFU Zone B Under-20 Championship will represent the zone at the 2023 Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations tournament to take place in Egypt from February 18 to March 12, 2023.
Well, let's now talk about esports because Ghana's first ever E-Trophy Championship comes off at the Lisa Hotel on Saturday, May 13. The winner, first and second runners-up will form part of the Ghana national team that will compete in the FIFA E-Nations Cup in Denmark later July this year. Let's get speaking on Zoom to some of the esports players who will be competing tomorrow. And I'm told that we have Henry JB, who is nicknamed Big Ups. He's joining us via Zoom. Henry, do you prefer Henry or Big Ups? Which one should I call you by?
Okay, I think I'll prefer Big Ups. Yeah.
Okay, then let's start off with the Big Ups. How did you come up with that name for esports?
Okay, so Big Ups, I think 2017 was a name I was using on my WhatsApp. Yeah. So I think my church members started calling me Big Ups, and that's how the name stuck to me. Yeah.
What was your story? How did you get into esports, and what type of games did you play growing up?
Okay, growing up, it was soccer that I loved playing and other adventure games, but I think I love playing soccer more. And it was just last year, and I got introduced to Herbert Kreku. He's now my CEO. He used to be my manager. He's the one investing into me now. I met him last year. Yeah, so he came to me and was like, I have the potential to be a great gamer. So he would like to invest in me. And game is also something I like to do. So I didn't even think twice about it because that's what I love doing. So I gave him my mind and we all started together. So I was the first player he signed. So I think it's been a year. It's been a year now. That was last year. Yeah.
At what point did you know that you had it in you to be a competitive gamer? Some people, started playing video games, especially FIFA, at a very, very young age, but it was all for fun. At what point did you realize that I'm really good at this and maybe I could just, become someone big in this space?
Okay, so I'll say last year, March, yeah, somewhere March. I think that was my first tournament I participated in. Yeah. So I realized I was kind of good because I played with Sule, Abib Sule. I think he's one of the top gamers. You can't mention top 2-3 gamers without mentioning Abib Sule. And I met him in the round of 16 and he eliminated me. And it was actually a goal aggregate that I lost to. So I played him and I was like, oh, if I put in much more effort, I think I will be able to match up my game and I think be a great gamer. So when Herbert came to me, I was like, okay, then he actually told me he's going to provide all the equipment I'm going to need to match up my game. So I was like, then if that's the case, then all I'll have to do is just be committed and dedicate to the game. That was last year March, yeah.
Okay, so let's just draw the line that you went into pro gaming last year, and it's been just around a year since you got into pro gaming. So what's a day like for you since you got a manager and you started to take this serious? How's your typical day like? How many hours do you spend training, and what type of competitions do you get into?
Okay, so my day life actually it's all about game. It's all about game because we actually have a training center, a training hub here in Fadama. So I sleep here. This is why I sleep. I mean, I sleep here, wake up, and I play game. I actually don't have anywhere to go. And I've also participated in various tournaments. And I think this year, through consistent training with my teammates, I've been able to win 2 tournaments in a row. That was organized in East Legon, Otium Gaming Hub. And my other fellow members they've also won 2. I think this year we won 5 tournaments, and I've won 2 out of the 5.
Well, that's impressive. When you speak of training, what do you mean by that? Do you have a coach, or do you just play online with different people all over the world?
Okay, so we I don't know. We have this FUT match that we play. It's online, yeah. So we actually play with random players online, and our manager also here, and we the teammates also. We also learn a lot from YouTube. So we also serve as players and also coach at times, yeah. Because anytime we play, we play and record all our matches. So after playing, we go back to the recording, and I mean we just take notice of where we had errors and where we're supposed to put in much more effort. That's what we do.
Big ups. I don't know if you can see, but that's the grouping for the E-Trophy Championship tomorrow, and I think you find yourselves in Group G alongside Frems, Magic Man, and Memory. Do you know any of them?
I actually know 2 of them. I know Magic Man and Memory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you confident of qualifying from Group G?
I'm actually confident. My group is very tough though, but I'm very confident. Actually, Magic Man and me and Magic Man, we actually rivals. It's so serious.
Okay. But how many of the gamers do you know across all the groups?
I know most of them. I know Wonder Kid, Abib Sule, Wise Mas. Oh, I mean a lot. Almost all the gamers. Almost.
Okay,
just
so
a few. I don't know just a few.
Okay, but if I wanted you to mention 5 favorites for the tournament, excluding yourself, I know, yeah, you consider yourself to be a favorite, but if you had to mention 5 other people that you think would really give you a tough time in the Alisa Hotel tomorrow, which names would you be going for?
Okay, for me, I think I'll be going. If I'll be truthful to myself, I'll be going for Prince Jonas 1. Wonder Kid I think is surely going to be in. And I'll be rooting for Mbappe too. Mbappe and Prince Jonas are my teammates, and I'm rooting for them. So right now, Prince Jonas, Mbappe, Wonder Kid, I think Sule, Habib Sule, and the last one I think would be I'll choose Kalu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting list you had there. Yesterday we spoke to Wonder Kid, who was also pretty confident. But I'm sure you're also very confident heading into the tournament. Do you believe you have what it takes to make the national team for the E-Nations Cup in Denmark later this year?
Yeah, I strongly believe I actually have what it takes. I mean, to play the tournament there. Yeah, I'm very confident in myself.
Okay, so we're just wrapping up. Just a few words to your team, your opponents, and what to expect from you tomorrow.
Okay, so I would like to wish all my teammates all the best. And I'll say more wickedness, and more the illegals. I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about. And to my opponents, I'll say they should watch out. We are not disappointing.
Thank you very much, Big Ups. Wonder Kid also said wickedness. What does wickedness mean in esports?
Okay, so you know, when you talk about wickedness, you going so hard on your opponent to the extent that you are frustrating your opponent for you to even give up.
Oh,
yeah, that's you being wicked. Yeah,
that's a good mentality to have. Thank you very much, Big Ups, for joining us, and I hope I'll also be very wicked to my problems in life. But we continue here, and let's talk about tennis, because SWAG Tennis Player of the Year, Nashika Makole, lived up to the billing as she powered the under 16 girls team to a silver medal at the African Junior Championship West and Central African Division, which was held in Togo. We have more details for you in the following Joy Sports report. Well, we do apologize for that technical hitch, and we'll be coming back to the tennis story concerning Nashika Makole herself. What an incredible story that has been. Joy News has been following her development over the years, from her juvenile days when she took up the sport, and she looks to be going a long way and now winning a medal in the sport, not just for herself, but for the national team as well. And as we try to get that file for you, let's do the Ramadan Cup. And that's because, you know, yesterday we showed you something about Team Ashaiman. And then the day before, we also did show you a video about Kaswa FC. Now, if you've been following these 2 days, you would realize one thing in common that the two teams did have. And that's because they are all really confident that they are going to be winning the 2022 edition of the Ramadan Cup. Well, Team Shukura are also saying that they are ready for this year's Cup, which comes off at the Fadama AstroTurf this Saturday. We do have a report put together by Misha Ikweno, who once again visited the training center of the team.
Expectations, because we've been waiting for this Cup since the start of the Ramadan. And last year we were unfortunate to get to the final, but this time we will be in the final, and obviously we will take the trophy.
All right, we've been to some other locations, and Kaswa especially, they say when it comes to football here in Ghana, there's no other zongo which plays football better than they do. They are the owners of football here in Ghana. What do you have to say to that?
Oh, Kaswa is the last born of Zongos. Yeah, they were just the last born. We are Shukura. We've been in existence since time immemorial, and we are fortunate to have an AstroTurf. We are the first people to have an AstroTurf here. So we'll be making good use of our AstroTurf, and we will definitely win the Cup.
My name is Eric Nyako, former Hearts player, Confederation Cup winner. Ramadan Cup na Ebe Basino. They say I'm of in who say Sukura, yeah, they ever far because players are a day bano. The whole original baby. A lot of players are almost outside, almost bricky, almost leg and almost real leg. Be brain soon ever. A team is so obiam run a Sukura to be in who beat me. I say, now why original with Jinama? I mean, I'm Germany, I do Confederacy Cup. No, maybe matches in Nina. And to what you say, match tournament in the day. Sukura father dada.
I am a cripple man, I can't walk. I
can't walk. My name is Samuel Amoa. Former commander out of Lions. Because of tournament now about say say you try to say Nyame aduma Saturday be gala na be bono for sure say you be a cap no if say if Sukura you kita talent of players so say all kinds of top flight ebi outside me sure say e be draw na ebi ma ba until you sure mo say Nyame aduma Saturday be the cap no e be ba Sukura.
Alright, so when it comes to energy, definitely you might not get it from Sukura. But what they have promised us this weekend is that they're going to give us scintillating, spicy football. And this weekend is a football festival, right? Where we are going to have the Ramadan Shabutu Cup. And Sukura say they are going in to win the trophy. They are not going back without taking what they believe is rightfully theirs. My name is Michelle Kwete, reporting from Sukura. But for this period, you can call me Sheikh Mish Kush.
Well, thank you very much, Sheikh Mish Kwish. Let's talk about the Ghana Premier League because the leading top scorer of the competition, Frank Mbele Tuga, has received his maiden call-up to Cameroon's senior national team. The Asante Kotoko forward has been the leading marksman in the league this season after netting 19 goals in 24 games. Let's go live to Cameroon and speak to sports journalist Aka Ayamba in Tui. It's a pleasure to have you here, Aka. Would you say that this call-up has come at a surprising time for you, or is something that you've expected, considering Mbele's performances in the Ghana Premier League this season?
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I will say one of the key words I learned when I was in Accra, when I came to Accra for the African Women Championship, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and well, Mbele's call-up into the national team, it was some sort of a surprise, but at the same time, not a surprise because we have a new coach that is a former emblematic captain, Rigobert Song Bahanak, and he has decided to see how he can blend young players. We were qualified for the World Cup, but there are so many players that have not been seen. And considering the performances of Mbele Etuga in the Ghanaian Premier League, it took everybody by surprise because when Mbele Etuga went to Asante Kotoko, there was another Cameroonian also that was recruited. That was George Mfege Ongba. George Mfege Ongba in the Cameroonian League was a more known and popular player because he was the captain and the one-man soldier of Avion Academy. And he was really popularly known as compared to Mbele Etuga. Then Mbele Etuga went on there to Asante Kotoko, and he has been calling the shots in the Ghana Premier League. Now, Rigobert Song has come in with a new philosophy that not only players who are playing abroad, who are playing their trade abroad. Take, for example, we have big players like Choupo-Moting playing for Bayern Munich, Karl Toko Ekambi for Olympique Lyon. So there are other top players in Europe. But let's also look back home in the African continent. And Asante Kotoko is not only a giant in the Ghana Premier League, but it's a team that has made name in Africa and it's a giant of Africa also. So Rigobert Song decided to take a different dimension and say, okay, we have players in Africa that are doing well. And one of those players that are doing well, exceptionally well, is Mbele Etuga. Considering his age, he's just about 20 years of age. And he's doing a lot in the Ghana Premier League. Teams are going, teams are running mad for his signature. Saint-Etienne in France, Atletico Madrid, Sevilla, look, Ajax of Amsterdam. Look at the top clubs that are coming for his signature. And it is a signal that Rigobert's song, he took the right step at the right time, because probably we are somehow afraid probably that Ghana might give him a call-up to be naturalized in Ghana. So Cameroon needed to act fast when we see young promising talents of this nature. We will not fool him.
This is a topic that we would want to go very extensive on, and I'm sure we will definitely have some more, discussion concerning Mbella and what his contribution could possibly be looking ahead to the Cameroon national team. But thank you very much for making time to join us here on the Prime Sports. But before we go, let's get the latest from tennis. And as I was speaking of Nashika Makole and her latest achievement of powering the under-16 girls team to a silver medal at the African Junior Championships. Well, she did lead the team to silver in the African Junior Championships West and Central African Division, which was held in Togo. And you just saw a shot of the team there coming back with some bit of success, and what a journey has been for Nashika Makole. Well, that's how we'll be wrapping up the sports here. My name is Owuraku Ampofo, and you can follow us on social media at Esports GH on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Or you can also get some more sports stories on my John Online /sports. We'll be at the Lisa Hotel this weekend, as well as the Fadama AstroTurf for the Ramadan Cup. So it's a packed weekend. On Monday, you can be rest assured we're bringing you a package wrapping up all the big events happening in the world of sport, especially right here in Ghana. But do have a fantastic weekend yourself.